street, no place to go at night. Going to the left while thinking right. Just like a nomad from spot to spot. Wet from rain, cold or hot. Praying to God, Lord help me please. Not a person in sight, nothing moving but trees. Sleeping beside abandoned buildings and inside cars. Only chance of hope, the twinkling of the stars. Mama can't help you, daddy's gone. You're homeless without and all alone. With God's grace and mercy, there is a chance to get the victory like David and Dan. Building our own mansions. Building our own mansions.
Welcome to another installment of the Derelict Dialogue. I'm your host, JoJo Gadget, aka Callie, and I'm here with my co-host as usual, Chuck Norris. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. What's up?
Ain't nothing much, man. Another day. We're trying to make something happen. Trying to stay out the way, really.
Mm-hmm.
How's things been going for you?
They've been going well, man. I can't complain about things. You know, like they say, if I did, who's gonna listen?
And they don't want to listen, man. They're your problems, you know?
Right. Everybody got their own problems,
It's
man.
true.
Yeah.
It's all about how you dealing with your problems.
Right,
Forget what
right.
everybody else talking about. So we're here once again to shed light on our world, worlds within worlds, being what I like to call household challenge, a.k.a. homeless. Our perspective, because it seems like nobody else is talking to us. They're talking to people that's supposed to represent us. But I think if you really want to know the real, you should be talking to people that are actually going through the trials and tribulations. So this is what this actual podcast is designed for. And we want to speak to like-minded people to raise awareness in what's actually going on, all right? And as a matter of fact, speaking of that, we have a very special guest today. He actually goes by the name of Edward Johnson. And Edward Johnson, a.k.a. EJ, is our special guest today, so we want to give it up to him. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing good, sir.
All right, awesome. How's been things as far as what's been going on in your life? How do you feel about where you are right now?
I've been pretty good on the level that I'm on. Every day is a challenge, so I'm up for the challenge every day.
Yes, sir,
That's
man.
good.
Challenges build character, man. I believe in that 100%. If it wasn't there for you, then you wouldn't be able to go through it. So I love to hear stuff like that. So, today we want to just dive right in. I have EJ today, and I want to ask him some specific questions about things that been going on. And, of course, I always love to give context. So the first question I have for you, EJ, is describe your early life and your upbringing.
I was a manable child raised in a two-parent home, came from medium upbringing, and I was a good kid.
Okay, yeah. How about as far as like, what part of town were you born in? Were you born in Dallas?
I was born in a part of Dallas we call Oak Cliff.
Oak Cliff, that's my hood.
Yeah.
No. Everybody know that's world famous, Oak Cliff for sure. Matter of fact, and correct me if I'm wrong. Were you also Highland Hills?
Highland Hills is a part of Oak Cliff.
Okay. So
Oak Cliff because Oak Cliff actually was a city within itself before it became a part of Dallas, quote unquote.
Okay, give me that knowledge. I had no idea. And it's funny that you say that because although I'm from California, my actual family, they currently still live in Highland Hills over by Tioga and places like that.
That's my hood.
Yeah. Small world, man. Small world. And it's kind of funny that I'm talking to you because we just met the other day with like a 5-minute conversation. And I already knew by just that conversation what type of knowledge you had. So it was imperative for me to get you on this podcast because I like to speak to people just like that. So as far as your upbringing, what high school did you go to?
High school, I went to Wilmer Hutchins. Actually, I went to 3 high schools, but I'm proud to say I'm a 1985 graduate from Wilmer Hutchins High.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, a
Okay.
lot.
Okay.
My home school would have been South Oak Cliff, but I bused to the White Folks area in Hillcrest, which is in North Dallas, and I I graduated from Wilma Hutchinson.
Okay, perfect. If you wanted to let anybody know about Highland Hills, what would you say is, if you had to describe Highland Hills, how would you describe that area?
I'm not going to describe it like people think it is. Our hood, see, the history of Highland Hills goes like this. Highland Hills is an area, a theology area. Without the S.M. Wright, C.O. Cersei, E.K. Bailey, I done went to Bishop College. Highland Hills was put there for the upbringing of spiritual leaders.
Really?
That's what it's for.
Okay, man. See, that's what I'm saying. Learning things. Like when you think you know everything, there's always something else somebody can add to that. That's awesome. As far as your household itself, you told me you were a good kid. As far as like your parents and upbringing, what type of relationship did you have with them?
I had a great relationship with my parents, and as I'm 59, I still do have a great relationship with my parents. They are both 80 years old. I talk to them every day.
That's great.
That's
great.
amazing.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
It definitely is.
Look, the reason why I asked that question, honestly, is because I've kind of felt that the upbringing, of course, has a lot to do with how people end up. And you told me you still talk to your parents. How much did that influence your life, like having them around?
Well, that's what I stand on, my morals and my beliefs that I incorporated from my father and my mother. That's all I know. They told me how to do it, and it works. So if something works for me, that's what it is. That's law.
No, I agree. Absolutely.
Okay, with saying, I'm assuming you had great parents. It sounds like you have great parents, and we all try to be knuckleheads and do our own thing. Did you get any major trouble? Did you ever go to jail or spend any time in prison or all?
Unfortunately, I did,
Okay.
and I have changed, but I was the type of person that avoided trouble early in my life. Worked hard. I beat the statistics was back then a black male, 29 years and above, either was on parole or probation. I made it past 29 with neither. But
That's great.
the unfortunate happened. I caught a case. My first case was a murder case. I got into an altercation where parties involved had guns, and somebody died. Nothing I'm proud of, but it happened.
Right.
And I'm fortunate to say I have been to prison several times for other things. Nothing I'm proud of, but it is what it is, and I hate it. I regret it, but I can't call it back.
Right.
No, I understand that. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that it takes a real man to not only talk about what things he don't want to talk about, but also understanding his part he played into it. I kind of get a little fear sometimes when people say someone did this and I had to do that. No, you didn't have to do that.
And I wanted to, I'm sorry, I wanted
go
to
ahead,
ask that
Marcus.
question then too, because in relation to parents, like a lot of people playing, being in a single home parent, or single parent home, and I didn't have my father, didn't have my mother, and kind of his excuse sometimes, but just want to see, you had both your parents there, and they just to see. Just to kind of show that you make your own decisions. Not that it's a negative thing on anyone. It's just you make your own decisions, and regardless of where you come from. And that's the whole point I think of this show, is to show, regardless of where you come from, you make your own decisions in life, and you can also bounce back from those decisions that you make as well. And that's the whole point of what we're trying to do.
That's a true statement you just made. Me coming up, I had to. I was a warrior at an early age. So what I did was I shared my parents with my neighborhood.
Right. That's
my
nice.
dad was everybody's dad. What I saying, I'm your dad.
Right.
He showed us. See, people don't know. Love is a verb. A verb means action.
That's true.
You don't tell a person you love them, you show them.
Right.
I agree. And also to that point, when you were talking about parents, you said something happened. People need to realize that, especially people who look like us, we live by moments and situations, meaning that everything can be great in one moment, a split of a second.
Man.
Your whole world's changed. I really wonder how many people are in prison, incarcerated from one moment in time. Like literally 30 seconds, rest of your life gone.
Right.
Like that can happen to anybody. I don't care how much money you have. You had your mother, your father. It does not matter. If you make the wrong decision in one moment, it could change your life forever. So be mindful of that when you're out there and someone's challenged you and it doesn't make any sense to fight them. It makes no sense sometimes, you know. Defending yourself is one thing, but just fighting to be fighting or get into it, people, like 9 times out of 10 is definitely not worth it at all whatsoever.
You are so true. It changed my life in an instant. I went from never being arrested to getting an altercation, taking a life and messing mine up. And one little instant, I was sentenced to 25 years. But by the grace of God, you know how much time I served? Not one day.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I'm in the law book. Edward Johnson versus the state of Texas.
I gotta jot that down.
I got sentenced. True story. I got sentenced 25 years, and I got probation out of it. Never they changed the law with me. You can't get it probation on a murder case no more.
You served not one day?
Not for that. Not one day for that.
Oh, wow. That is definitely unheard of. That's for the record books. I
Yeah,
didn't know I was speaking to somebody that changed the record books. That's crazy.
We were just talking about people that change rules,
Yeah,
that change
man.
life. Like
Yeah.
what did I say? Breaking boundaries.
Breaking boundaries.
Yes,
For
that's
sure, man.
That's exactly.
I don't mean to get out the subject of your content, but I believe in God for real, and I know the God I serve not going to deliver me to the hand of the enemy. So that's what happened.
Yeah, man, that's amazing. You know, speaking of that, like, I want to transition to what you just said about God. If God gave you the power to talk to your younger self, what would you say?
I would quote a scripture out of the book of Deuteronomy. I would see it in front of me and look at myself in the eyes and say, "See, I said before you, good versus evil. Do good, and God will bless you in all your efforts for you and your kids in the journey you attempt to cross. But if you do evil and don't be obedient, this is what's going to happen." So I would talk to myself like that. I would quote a scripture to myself because I believe in scripture foremost now than I did when I was younger.
Yeah, I think that comes with wisdom. Like, it
Right.
doesn't matter what you believe in. You can't say that those words aren't positive to help somebody move forward. It doesn't matter where it came from. But if you didn't tell me that was a scripture, you just said it out your mouth, I still agree with you 100%.
right,
you know?
That's what scripture is. It came out of Moses' mouth.
If you didn't tell me the context, I still would have said that's still pretty awesome. But you gave the proper credit, so I totally get that, man. Chuck, I remember asking you this, but I just want to reiterate: if you could do the same thing and you had that power, what would you say to your younger self?
Oh yeah, we did have that conversation. Mine is more or less go with your first mind, stick to your instinct. We just had that conversation earlier too.
Yeah.
Try to sharpen my brain every day so where I can have good accountability and to where just to test my brain to see what capacity my brain is working at. And you can do that by just kind of going through life and just analyzing what you do. Like, is it 90% positive? Is it 30% positive? And I try to adjust my radar to where most of my things that I do are 80% positive and 80% beneficial to myself.
Right. Yeah.
So when I can get my get my calibrations right, that's what I want to do. I want to go with my first mind. So to answer your question, I wish I could find the strength to go with my first mind and my
In all
instincts,
situations?
because in a lot of the old situations, it's something saying to my younger self, like, your first mind, your intuition is on point. So just go with that. Don't not that other people can't give you advice and stuff, but when stuff hits the fan, like, you got to react for yourself. So in saying that, like, you got to make sure your mind is sharp enough to be able to react in a positive way for you and people around you.
Right.
Because a lot of people don't, a lot of people just go off of, how they first feel, and it's not beneficial to other people around them. And I guess I say I'm the family guy. So it's like, we need to take the whole team with us. So you got to look out for the rest of the people that's directly around you too.
Yeah, you're not nothing without your team, and that's your family. So that's why that's important. Me personally, if I had to go back and tell my younger self something, it would be on the same lines of what you just said, but I would tell my younger self that a lot of thoughts you're having aren't even yours. You're being influenced by, and I love rap music. I really do. But I got to call it what it is. And I was being influenced by outside sources that had agendas that had nothing to do with me. But yet and still I was latching on to that. Like, a lot of thoughts I had when I was younger weren't even mine. It took me to get older to realize that that's not me. That has nothing to do with me, but there's certain entities and people that want me to believe that that's part of my life, and it's not. So going with your first mind is usually going to be the best route, because everything you ever needed in life is already inside of you. So that's definitely my point that I would say to them. I want to shift topics to kind of why we're really here in the first place. Getting to know EJ is always an awesome situation, but we're here because we all have something in connection. So this next question is involving that. EJ, I want to ask you, do you think homelessness can be eradicated?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. We need to start with the problem, addressing it, what the problem, diagnosing what the problem is, getting to the root of the problem, and not throwing shade at somewhat throwing shade at something that's not real.
Yeah.
I feel like more than 50% of homelessness right now in America has to do with mental illness.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And should that be addressed and handled, we're going to continue to have, we can't keep covering it up with something else. Something I live by, I say, you feed the hungry, but you house the homelessness. And man, a lot of these people are not on their meds.
Yep.
So you think they're crazy, you think they're dope fiends or whatever. They just not on their meds. Bipolar, hold on.
No worries, brother. Take your time.
Bipolar is a major situation in America.
Yeah.
And it needs to be addressed. If everybody's mind is on an even keel, the world will be a better place.
Yes, sir. Speaking of that portion of what you said about the meds and things of that nature, I like to believe that meds is awesome, can be, but I think there needs to be more conversation to get past the problem. The meds can only handle so much, and then it has the ability of taking them. Now, if you can't take them, you can't get them. Now you're just going to be messed up all the time. I think we need to take a larger approach of dealing with the mental one-on-one. Okay. Not just therapists, not just counselors, everyone talking about the problems. Because I think a lot of the things that I see when things happen is frustration. You don't like your situation, you're not on your meds, and you're just looking for something to happen just so you can say, hey, I'm going to explode because that's how I feel. A lot of people really just want somebody to listen to them.
Right.
They really do.
True.
And that's why we kind of set this up, because I think a lot of people will feel much better about themselves if they actually had a time frame for somebody to listen to their problems or their issues.
Okay,
What they think.
I got a question for that right there, because that's the whole point. How do you feel? Because we got all these organizations, we have all these, the city, all these things that we're looking to for assistance and stuff. How can the everyday person, what do you think the most beneficial thing that an everyday person, if people come out here, pass out food, what is the most beneficial thing, or what should everyday people know that could help with the situation, like, or to truly help, not just covering stuff up? Like, what could an everyday person do? Is there anything that
I think they can reach out to venues that's the one y'all providing and be heard on the intelligence level
Okay.
without being hostile.
Right.
And that's the way to get heard.
Okay.
Yeah.
They need to be heard, man.
Okay.
I agree. I also say this. I think the first step is to look at them as a human being.
Right?
Just
Right.
how you would talk to your neighbor, how you would talk to your coworker. Talk to that person the same way and see what happens. Because usually they're going to be able to conversate with you. I've met so many people out here with so much intelligence, so much book smarts. I met somebody the other day who actually ran a bank. He's an alcoholic right now, but you ran a bank. This man knows a lot, and he's able to conversate with you. And I think that's one of the things. Just being human with the next person and listen to them, actually giving a care, like that will go a long way. And then you can get into the let's see how I can help you. Let me listen to you, but just approach them as a human being. I think they'll be much more receptive than how it normally happens. Absolutely, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. I wanted to ask this as well. You told me about a particular circumstance, EJ, and this is the question. It's like the $1 million question because we all have a story. Mm-hmm. How did you get to being homeless?
On June the 17th of last year, I had a major heart attack and stroke. My third, both of them, I had 3 heart attacks and 3 strokes. But on that year, I had a stroke. I went missing. June the 17th, they were looking for me. My family were looking for me. Nobody knew where I was. To make a long story short, I was in a coma in the hospital. Okay, when I went to my therapy, and I still go to therapy right today. But when I got out of the coma, I haven't worked. I haven't earned money since June 17th of last year. My rent was $1,300 a month for 1 bedroom. So, me being the person I am, I told you I've been in prison. I've been in some tough situations. I decided to come to the bridge to pursue a public on a bachelor program instead of waiting on my parents or my brothers, my sisters, or whoever to fund my bill. It's not fair to them, So to answer your question is, I haven't had money to pay for rent.
I mean, yeah, that's true. And a lot of people have no money, but you had something medically happen to you. Not only being lost, but also, you had a stroke and nobody could find you. You were actually in the hospital as a John Doe, which is insane. Yep. Something else I also want to bring up because I don't want to glaze over it, because to me, like, I don't know how you did it. To have to learn how to walk and talk again, bro, that had to be one of the toughest things I think ever have to do.
Man, right now, man, it's still a struggle. Man, it's bringing tears to my eyes to know your mother, the woman who birthed you, don't be able to understand what the words that are coming out your mouth. I'm just not being getting to the point where I can form words to make a conversation. It's been hard, man. I couldn't do nothing but urinate and defecate on myself. I couldn't walk. So every day is a struggle. Excuse me, man. I'm getting
No, man, this is needed, brother. Like, trust me, when I look at you, I'm going to look at you the same thing. Honestly, I'm going to look at you even in a different light, even better, because it takes a real man to do what you're doing right now. I didn't come on this podcast in the beginning to say, my man had a stroke. I didn't want none of that. You know why? Because you a man, bro. And to be honest with you, I wanted to get to this point so people to understand what it took for him to come up here. There's no excuse for nobody. Nobody. This man is out here doing what he got to do. He could have got his help and just laid up and did nothing to let his family take care of him. He didn't do that. So anybody out there who feel like they can't do it, you look at this man EJ and be like, if he could do it, I could do it too. Get off, I can't say that. But get off and do what you need to do, man. There's people out here grinding that don't even have to. So this should be no excuse for nobody, all right? And I really appreciate you, EJ, man. You about to bring me to tears too, bro.
All right, let me go. I want to thank y'all, man, for providing this venue, this avenue for me to go down. And I want people to pray for me as I pray for them. I also want you to be on lookout for my book that's soon to be out whenever I get it right. It's
Right.
called Different Strokes for Different Folks.
That is the most awesome line I've ever heard, man.
like
Y'all be
that.
looking on the lookout for that right there.
Right.
Different strokes for different folks. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. Y'all got to be on the lookout for that. We're going to be staying behind this man no matter what. We're going to help him get wherever he needs to be. Anything you need from us, man, we here. Any knowledge you want us to help you with, it doesn't matter.
Right
Even if you
on.
just want to talk, brother.
Right.
You're going to see me,
We'd
holler
love-
at me.
We'd
for
love
sure.
to see you back here.
Big up to Derry Dialogue.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you, man.
Now,
I appreciate you.
You kind of got into what I was about to say, but with that being said, what are your plans for the future?
Man, to keep on pushing for a mark of a high calling which is in Christ Jesus, and let it be known that homelessness in America is real. It's very real, man. And maybe I need to start talking to my neighbor,
Yep.
telling them good morning. And
Yes,
good,
sir.
You know, something like that. My future is, I ain't got nothing. That's all, I'm 59. That's all I got to live for is my future. I'm waiting for my book. I hope I can collaborate with you guys on this podcast thing. I don't speak well, but it'll get better.
Yeah, man. You part of the family. You're part of the family now. This right here is a bond. Y'all actually are hitting a bond. I really don't know this man, to be honest with you. I really don't. You talk for 5 minutes, bro.
But you welcome anytime,
Yeah,
man.
man.
Welcome anytime you want to come back. Yeah, because that's all we do here too is just talk. Like sometimes we may not even have questions. We might not even have a subject. Like what we gonna talk about today. And that's what it is. Grown men talking about real things and figuring out how to fix things or just not even fix them. Just put the topic out there so people can even. Begin to even think, because you got to start thinking before you can even put anything in action.
And sometimes, like I told you earlier today, like I think I'm an intelligent guy. I know everybody in this room right now is an intelligent guy, but it doesn't mean that you can't benefit from another perspective.
Exactly.
Somebody can see something a totally different way. You smart, you're intelligent, but I never thought about that. It happens all the time with me. Like a whole nother side, man.
Right, that light bulb comes on.
Yeah, and and a lot of times it's something that ordinarily you would have got it, but you didn't even see it. So that person is important to bring that to your attention, and it opens all these new doors for you because you never looked at it like that. So that's what conversations can really be good for, the collaboration, to see perspectives that aren't yours that can still be valuable. Everybody can add some value to the pot, in my true opinion. So if you had to end your portion of the show, anything you want to say, any shout outs you want to give out there in the world, people that you love, people you care about?
Man, I would like to take time to give reverence and honor to my parents, Willie and Betty Johnson, my daughter, Bridget Johnson, my brother, Jamon Johnson, Quincy Battle. I love you guys, and I thank you for being so supportive of me through my time of need. Because they have been there, man. Sometimes I literally change my drawers. I just want to thank y'all, man. I love you. That's it.
That's amazing. Man.
That's great.
I think this has been a really awesome, eye-opening show. To be honest with you, Chuck, tell me if I'm wrong. This might be the best one so far.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm definitely digging it.
And you know what? This is only gonna get better. This is
Yeah.
only going to get better. I promise you that. Let me ask you one more question. I forgot to mention this. I know you've noticed all the things that are going on in downtown, all the changes. How do you feel about these new changes? How the city is now looking at homeless and what they're doing? How do you feel about these changes?
I see when they get complete, because I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or nothing. They can tell you anything. But when major changes really happen, trust me, we will know.
Yeah.
We know. Right now, I see the same thing going on, and I need to see something different. It needs to be somebody come in there, sit down with them folks like you said, and diagnose what's going on, get to the root, then we're gonna solve a problem.
Yeah. Yeah. I
What
agree.
I got one more. In the book of Deuteronomy, it says, "Be obedient to the Lord your God. He will elevate you over all nations." I think until people come back to God, your God, whatever He is, we're gonna have turmoil on the land, man.
Yeah.
That's what I believe.
Definitely experiencing that, man. I thank you so much, EJ. Keep in mind, this is not the only installment we're going to have with him. We're going to have him back. We're also going to give updates on the book. He's part of our family. We've adopted him.
I want to know
Thank
about
you.
that book.
This is
Thank
part of what we're going to
Yeah.
do. We just want to do our portion of giving the library its utmost respect. We want to let you know that when you come to the library, if you could, definitely take advantage of some of these groups that are out there. There's a lot of different things that you're able to do at the library, regardless of your financial situation. Please don't allow that to stop you. As a matter of fact, they have a youth poetry contest for ages 15 to 20. The deadline is by December 21st, and it's $1,000 scholarship for the winner. So keep that in mind. Like if you're looking for somebody that's, they're graduation just took place, they need some extra money
That's a
for
nice
scholarship.
little gift.
Definitely. And if your passion is poetry, like why not? Why not? So come to the third floor and get more information about that. We also, for the writers out there, there's also a writing club on the 8th floor. It takes place every first and third Saturday. Once again, that's a writing club on the 8th floor every first and third Saturday. You can come show off the things you've been writing, maybe learn some new things as well to enhance your writing. So please come support that. If you're already in here, you might as well take advantage of something. There's something for everybody.
You
out
know
here.
what? You know what? For all those talkers out there, because
Yeah.
you hit on the right. All those talkers, we got coffee and
Yeah.
conversation. So you like to run that mouth a lot. Just come in here and you might you meet people, have great conversations. Coffee and conversation every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Awesome. I also want to give 2 updates. I want to give the first update. I wasn't able to make it. I kind of felt bad about that, but there was an event that happened this I think past Saturday, or was it last Saturday? Last Saturday.
Nice.
They had a opening for an adult reading club, right? Is it an
Yes,
adult reading
I was there. I attended. My
Yeah,
co-host,
yeah.
my co-host skipped out on me on that one, but I attended that. Yes, sir,
Old
I
man
did.
problems, man.
Yeah.
Old man problems.
Yeah,
Don't do
they
that.
gave out. From the jump, they gave out free books right from the door. So I was excited
Amazing,
about that. They had a
yeah.
little rack with free giveaway books. So they had all the they had some tables out there for small little vendors and stuff like that.
Okay.
So yeah, it was pretty good. Live music.
Okay.
Live music.
Did they also have some beverages or something like that?
Yeah, they had the beers. They had some little local brewery beers and what they called a boozy popsicle. Boozy popsicle.
How was the boozy popsicle?
But I didn't try one of those. It
Aw,
looked like there
man.
was more for the ladies.
Okay,
I just
okay.
got me a couple beers.
That's fair.
Got me a couple books.
That's a
listened
new
to
one,
some
man. We
music
just start
and
there. Beer and books.
Beer
Come
and
on,
books.
man. Beer and books.
Okay, I like that. Actually, like we might
nobody
be
doing
honest,
that right
beer
now.
and books.
Beer and books.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, mhm.
So, what I want to actually talk about, I was able to participate in the Ren Day regarding everything Shakespeare. I'm assuming it's Shakespeare month. But it was very interesting, to be part of the thee, thine, thou. You know what I'm saying? So we had a good time to experience some new stuff and make some bombs and things like BALM, not bombs, but make bombs like healing
lip
potions.
balm, okay.
Yeah. They had some actual guests there singing like folk art music. They had some snacks, things like that. So it was interesting, to see that. I won't say Shakespeare is my number one guy, but I can appreciate some of the stuff that he's actually put out there as far as literature is concerned. But the main purpose of why we do this is because we want to shed as much light as we can on all the different things, anything you're pretty much into, whether it's sewing, computers, you need to get your GED. Everything is here at this library. It's one of the largest libraries I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, just take a look at the walls. Like
Yeah.
when you walk around, just look at the walls. You see everything you need to see on the walls.
And each floor is dedicated to something, so whatever you're into, you can find a whole entire floor just to that. Doesn't matter what it is. So just keep in mind, come here, support these groups. This is what allows things to continue to move forward. At the end of the day, they don't have to do these groups and these clubs, but they're obviously doing them, so we want more participation. And I'm speaking to the homeless people. You're not doing anything. Go get some culture. Go learn something. Go find something to do. You don't have to just sit around all day. There's things that can, enlighten your mind. By all means, take advantage of it. All right. Chuck, you got anything?
It's free.
It's free.
All
One of our
free
favorite
for you,
words.
man. It's
One of our
all
favorite
out there.
words.
Free education.
Yeah.
Come on now. Where else are we getting free education at?
And for the families, too. There's a whole floor dedicated for the children. So no matter how you feel or your circumstance, whether you have a lot or a little, you can still come out here and get some information. That's all free to us as a group. So, Chuck, you got anything you want to end with?
No. I mean, it's the same message every day. Treat people how you want to be treated, really. And it's no reason for us to live every day with the attitude, with being upset. They say it takes less muscles to smile. That's a real true thing. But I'm pretty sure in my life, it's a lot more peaceful to smile and just go about your day and treat people right. So, yeah, that's my message for the day.
All right, great, man. I love to end on stuff like that. For me, once again, this has been an awesome show of the Derelict Dialogue. There'll be more to come. I'm your host, JoJo Gadget, with Chuck Norris and our special guest, EJ, man. All right, you have one of them. Until the next time.
All right.